Ladies and gentlemen, we begin today's update with a THORnews commercial. Hi, I'm Thor of THORnews, your planetary defense commander. And for 7 years, I advocated giving up a war and deception oil economy so we could avoid this pandemic situation. Also, since September, I have been telling everybody with 99% confidence the stock market was going to crash in 2020. And since January 30th, I've been warning everybody that this will be a global coronavirus pandemic and it will have a big breakout in the United States of America in March. And so you should be preparing and since February 10th, dialing back all your public interactions, and I definitely wouldn't be going into any large group scenarios, getting on airplanes, and mentally, physically, and spiritually preparing for a very weird spring. And so, every month I do a fundraiser to keep THORnews up and running. And so I have, with 5 days left to go in the fundraiser, I got $883 left to raise because you guys are fantastic. I got a mailbox you can send your support to. I got a PayPal, a Venmo, a CashApp, a Patron. And I got to give super thanks to the Viking Marine and the Warrior Princess. They are incredibly cool people. And Lynn, the Texas Angel, is amazing. And, whoa, I made a mistake. Susan, incredible Susan, Robert, Cody, Donna, Tom, Kenneth, Whimsical. Thank you. And thank you to everyone out there who has supported THORnews. In prayers, in good vibes. I would not be here today doing this without you. All right. And so any support is appreciated, and I definitely think I've earned it. Plus, it might even be good luck if you support me, but I cannot verify that. Now, on to the news. I do believe, since January 30th, I have said, as your planetary defense commander, the number one clear and present danger is the coronavirus, which will spread and is unstoppable in many ways across the world. And number two will be river flooding and then regular flooding for the England and the UK. And so we are going to have some major, massive flooding problems in the United States for these areas over the next 3 months, as we didn't really have a spring for southeast Texas or that southeast United States. And so the river flooding problems we'll have are going to be incredible. And for 7 years, I've said, hey, dude, don't trust the government. Don't care who's in it. Don't trust it because they look out for themselves first, the tops, and then sometimes everybody else. And so it is turning out that Iran has not been totally honest with people. It is my belief that China has not been totally honest with people. And I don't think our government's been totally honest with people. Because our government said, hey, trust China's data. So Iran has reported that the health committee estimates that 10,000 to 15,000 people are infected in the country and up to 210 deaths. So this virus is rapidly spreading to many places. Italy has 821 cases confirmed. Only half of those are clinical, hospitalized cases. 21 people have died, 45 have recovered, and 11 towns remain under lockdown. Yesterday, Japan canceled all schools until April and pretty much put everybody in lockdown. So if my math is correct, we now have 928 million people on the planet on lockdown. And that President Trump, in a press conference 2 days ago, said if it spreads to the United States, that we would also take major lockdown measures. France says it now has 57 confirmed coronavirus cases. California is monitoring 8,400 people for the coronavirus as 33 test positive. And in a super creepy China-like move, it was announced yesterday that all health organizations had to clear their information through Vice President Pence before they had permission to relay it to the public. I've always been guaranteeing that a lockdown is coming. It's only a matter of time. So I highly recommend you stock up on groceries and water, batteries, candles, things like that, because we're going to have an interesting time keeping up power grids, supply chains, and food distribution. Now, in good news, Dean Koontz, who predicted this in a novel, said at one point it just dies. And then Nostradamus says the virus dies in July. And so I can't verify that's going to happen, but I have just said, so I think we should do what we can to work together to survive through July. So I sent this out earlier. If you had to stay home for 3 weeks, would you have supplies and food? Thanks to y'all, I did my major grocery shopping yesterday. And I have a 93-year-old neighbor. I gave her some of my groceries, and we'll continue to look out for her during the next few months. And I highly recommend y'all stock up, plan up, and be generous to the people who don't have much over the next month or two, if you can afford it. My comments, although you should not panic, the death rate from the new virus right now is between 2 to 3 and 4.3%. And the flu death rate is 0.1%. And so rates of hospitalization may severely impact the U.S. system. The deaths for anyone over 80 is 14.8% in China. And I mean, it's, I believe that our absolute focus on negativity, greed, and hatred has manifested this thing straight out of the bottomless pit, man. So, it's best to keep a sense of humor and stay positive through all this if you want to survive. There are a total of 62 confirmed coronavirus cases in the U.S., the CDC said Friday. And the CDC also explained the origins of the cases, although the thing that is breaking out in California is not explained. A Google employee has tested positive for the coronavirus. Paris is totally on fire. People got really mad at Garth Brooks when he wore a 20 Sanders jersey in Detroit last night. I guess not realizing that Barry Sanders was the best running back in football in history behind Emmitt Smith. We are in a very deep solar minimum. That is true. And I'm hoping that when the sun wakes up, that will help fight the virus. Scary thought. Another recovered case with multiple negative tests. With tests positive after release, doubt it's reinfection, probably infection never fully cleared, or imperfect test. This greatly complicates containment. And I think unless this thing does die, then it will infect everybody at some point. And so you're going to have to mentally, physically, and emotionally, spiritually prepare to survive this thing if that's what you want to do. Chicago, Illinois officials monitoring hundreds of recent travelers for coronavirus. Stock markets are still getting crushed. All right, and this seems like a decent metaphor for 2020. And so, yeah, it is going to get wild. I spent all last year talking to everybody about the lead up to the December 25th eclipse thing. And this happened to spring up right around the Pluto-Saturn conjunction. We're in Mercury retrograde now. And then we have Venus coming retrograde in about a month. And then we have a Pluto-Jupiter conjunction in April. And so definitely be mentally, spiritually, emotionally prepared for the changeover of this world. I have said many times that 2020 would be the craziest year in modern history, and that the world at the end of the year will look nothing like it did at the start of the year, because the old system is coming apart into pieces. I mean, face it, the old system has just been like hackers and greed and hatred, and that our entire economic world system has been based on divide and conquer. And so I believe we are in a uncontrolled event. I believe this is a weaponized virus that got out of the lab. One day I'll tell the story of how it happened as I see it. But, many people like to believe that man is in control. But I tell you, God is powerful. and that big change was coming one way or another. And so this is definitely doomy on the surface. We will probably lose millions of people. But at the end of the day, at the end of the year, we will be in a position for a better world. I believe that, you know. And so keep the faith, keep the hope. I have full faith in God. And if somehow the virus gets me and takes me, then I did my best as I could to help everybody. And I'm okay with that. And like I said, I have full faith in God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. But I think that, like I've said, that about the first 9 months are going to be super, super crazy, man. And that we're just going to watch things get unhinged. But after that, we will be in a better position to make a better future for all people, all animals, and the planet itself. And I'm still hoping to have a rock and roll party in December on the 21st for the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction. So hopefully I will survive and you will survive, and we will have a much better appreciation for everyone around us. I can't stress enough. I would definitely be stocking up on, food, because, I discussed with Scotland yesterday, my friend, that, it's not going to, that even like a lockdown situation isn't going to be totally horrible as long as they keep electricity up. If you have food and water and are mentally prepared, that a lot of good things can come from this situation if we all handle it well. The World Health Organization raises global risk from coronavirus to very high, from high today. The administration is still obsessed with the stock market. I don't know why, or whatever. White House economic advisor Kudlow says more reports of coronavirus cases in U.S. does not mean cases will skyrocket in North America. So, I mean, you have a White House economic guy contradicting the thing I have been saying since January 30th, that just based on the way viruses are, especially weaponized viruses, this thing was built to spread, man. And so spread is inevitable. And that is why, I've been warning with the help of Nostradamus since January 30th that, dude, this is going to be the number one American issue and problem to deal with in March. We have had a full month to team up and prepare for this. And now that month is pretty much over, dude. Politics is a major waste of time. I'll be totally honest, because it's what I do. Like, Bernie's 78 and Donald Trump's 78. And neither one of them seem that worried about this damn virus. So, in my mind, if everybody's going to get it, they are in the age range that have a hard time surviving this. So we don't even know if you're going to survive, if I'm going to survive, if Bernie's going to survive, or if Trump's going to survive. So why are people wasting their time worrying about an election 9 months away when we have had a spreading weaponized virus for 6 weeks now? It's a crazy world, man. It's a crazy world that has been profiting off of divide and conquer and hate since the Y2K virus, man. I've discussed this in length over my almost 3,000 videos. But we are all in this together. We share the same air, man. I'm not surprised, but it's weird to see, the rich who are who should be this super prepared for this really aren't. So who knows what's going to happen? Fauci told lawmakers there will be many more cases in the U.S. given sustained transmission in so many countries. And so, I think this will kill millions of people over this year. So it is a very serious, very dangerous situation. But as I've said, I bring you the news as I have. No matter how doomy and gloomy it is, every day. So I'm going to have to maintain a sense of humor, and I highly recommend you do. I highly recommend you do everything you can to enjoy everything in life that you enjoy. Like, it has never been easier for me to enjoy the fact that I have electricity, or that I have food in my fridge, or that I have you guys to talk to, and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's going to get real dicey. And honestly, I think that, like, the more negativity people spout, the more they become a magnet to get in the damn virus. Negativity is what manifested this thing. And so this thing is going to head towards negativity. And so gratefulness, I am super grateful to all the cool people out there. I'm super grateful to all the kind people out there. I'm super grateful to all the good hearts who've stayed good through a hellacious 20 years. But Lady Gaga's saying Earth is canceled. And hey, girl, no, it's not. Because Asteroid Fight Club is badass. And though it's going to get spicy and dicey, humanity will survive. And when the dust settles, we will build a better world. They'll hopefully last for 1,000 years of peace. Well, I am your Planetary Defense Commander, Star-Lord New Thor 7 the T, and I do what I can to protect all people, all animals, and the planet. I really wish we would have come together as people over the last 7 years, but we didn't, so we're dealing with this outcome. And like I said, I have full faith in God, and that I believe, like Jesus Christ said, the peacemakers are the children of God, and so that peace is the way to go. And that your nihilism, or anybody's nihilism or hatred, is not going to change me one iota. So everybody, stay cool. I love you. And if you would like to support, I got a lot of ways to do it. And I would ask anybody out there who's never contributed, who's been watching THORnews, who I'm not asking you to skip preparing for yourself to give to me. I'm just saying, if you can afford a time like this, dude, I have gone above and beyond and been a good human being the whole way, and have brought you amazing amounts of truth. Even though I've been under attack and had so many people trying to kill me and hackers and shit, but I persevered, even though I've had to pretty much give up everything. So if you'd like to reward me, I'd appreciate it. And any type of extra food and cash money I have over the next 3 months will help out. And thanks to Viking Marine and the Hopi Warrior Princess, they told me to go buy a new phone today, which I needed. My old phone's breaking. So I'm going to try and keep 2 phones during the next 3 months, because we don't know if cell service is going to stay up. We don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to do everything I can to keep bringing you guys the truth, and hopefully some comedy and a little inspiration along the way. I love you guys. I'm super optimistic about the future once we get past this. Though we're gonna need some people to make some good decisions, man. All right, stay cool. I love you. I forgive you. I hope you feel the same. God bless everyone.